Good morning. Here to make jewelry. Are you ready? Give me 1 second. I have to go on here and share to my page. Faceted bead page. Only takes me a minute. Switch. We're going to make a necklace today. Okay. Quiet me there. Okay, quiet. Next, share. It's churning. Okay, it's done. And I am doing it horizontal or vertical today because Facebook wouldn't let me do it horizontal. So we'll see how that goes. Not used to doing it that way, but that's okay. I like doing it horizontal for the project. I like doing it vertical with the cameras up and down this way when you talk, but you get what you get. So I tried it multiple times. It wouldn't work, and that's okay. We're still communicating, and that's good. Let me make sure we're still on here. There we are. Yay, yay. Perfect. Now I'll go back to my page. When I get 100 followers, I don't have to do this anymore. We can start right into the project. Wouldn't that be wonderful? It'll be here eventually. Just going to be patient. I have a gal that's been doing spoon jewelry for a really long time. And so I threw a bunch of questions at her. She's very kind, very generous, and very loves to share what she's learned. And she's got a very successful little business, and I really enjoy her a lot. She's funny. She's really funny. And she said, just do it organically. Just you'll collect people organically, and not to go on and spend a lot of money on the ads. I need to check one thing before we go. Yep, that's good. That's off. Sometimes what happens is you can't hear me really well, and if you tell me that you can't hear me really well, it's because my headset's trying to connect and trying to get a hold of my audio, and then you can't hear me that well. So you want to dig in? There's a necklace that I wear. Well, today I got some stones on, some Hishi stones. I love those. We did a project with 50 charms. Now these aren't 50 charms, but pretty close. It's pretty and then this is what we did last week. The week before we worked on this. I love how it turned out. It's very, very, very pretty. I do have some new things I'm going to put in my Etsy shop. I've made a lot of earrings through the time, and I want to share those and put them on my Etsy shop. And I thought I'd show them to you first. So let's get started here. Now give me a second because changing you around is going to be a little thing because I have everything set up for the other direction. And that's okay. We just twisted you around. And I just have to make sure I get my hands right where you're at. Okay, so let's look at the few things I'm going to put in my Etsy shop here shortly. They're all ready and bagged. Actually, this one the dog got a hold of. I had to steal it back. This is a cute little earring, finished earring. Can you see that? Let's move this light over a little bit, see if we can get a little better light. Yeah, it's a metal component with a decal attached. A butterfly wing. That's a plastic butterfly wing. Some premium crystal and rondelle and an ear wire. So we got two of those to match. Now I don't have them in there yet, so you got to give me a few minutes to get the pictures taken and then dumped. Now this was a kit I bought, and I threw together, I believe. It may have some of my components in it too, but it's a real traditional, that red, white, and blue. I just like that bottom bead. I fell in love with that bottom bead. And look at how luscious those crystal beads are. Golly, they're beautiful. So if you're looking for traditional patriotic colors, here is one more fallish. I love these. I almost kept these because I just think these are adorable. But here's a beautiful green, patina green heart on the bottom. Isn't that pretty? Bring both of them up so you can see both of them. They get a little twisted in the bag, but aren't they pretty? Like those. Get those put all back in the bag, and I got these. Now, this is an unusual color. I really like the color on this one. It's a beautiful burgundy, dark burgundy pink with a blue, with that pretty sheeny AB mixed in there, and and a really pretty dark pink. That's really pretty. A lot of times, if it's something I love, I make two of them. Sell one, keep one. So my earring case is pretty full right now. And here is a little bird in a nest on a cloisonne bead of all. Little flower at the bottom. Little glass flower. Vintage bead. Little wire wrap to make that little bird nest. Cloisonne real popular right now. Aren't they pretty? Isn't that pretty? It's very pretty. So there's those. This one here is like a style I made my stepmom. She loves these colors. These are actually the colors of like her living room, and peaches and browns and little orange and taupe. They're gemstones. There's a little vintage. These are all really, actually, they're all vintage beads I got in my stuff that I ordered. I found a lady on Facebook Market, and she sold it like a lot of stuff to me for just a little bit of price. I'll be making earrings for eternity. Now these are Christmassy. I almost didn't put these in the sale pile because, a lot of these stones, once you've seen them and done like a kit like this, you've done them. That's it. There's no more. Now look at the stones on this. Isn't that a beautiful, beautiful stone with that deer? Very brilliant. Nobody buys these. This girl's wearing those. Wearing those this Christmas. And then last but not least, this is more of a this was a kit that I got put together, and it's very sweet and unique. And what are you doing down there, Stinker? Look at these. Is that cute or what? Little pumpkins, pumpkin earrings. They flip colors on both sides. A purplish sheen, orange. Look at that unique little rondelle top. Isn't that a cute topper on there? Okay, that's the show and tell for now. The last thing I wanted to show you that I'm going to be putting in my shop is I loved making these. They were a lot of fun. It's time to let them go. But these are bracelets. They have sliders on them to make them wider and to close them. Look at the cool colors in those. Let's see, there's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 strands on that one. Now that one's more of a boldish. This one's more dainty. It slides open, and then you pull it shut. after you get it on your wrist. This one's got 2, 4, 5 strands. Look at the pretty colors in that. Here's another one. This one's more greenish, blue, green, with a little black dots in it. This one's got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 strands. One yellow cord. And you just pull it shut when you get it on your wrist. Here's another one. Yellows, reds, black, green, blue on blue strand. Okay, let's try this one on. So you slide it on. And I'll measure these to make sure that you can fit it because I'm a 7.5. Now I'm not going to pull that shut with my teeth because I got lipstick on, but that's what it looks like on. And these are sort of what a size like. Is that a 6? I don't think that's a 6. Some of those on the bigger ones are 6, but they're not 11s, so they got to be somewhere in there. I think they are 6. Here, let me get my 6 tray and pull one out and just look at it. I think they are 6. I did get a stash of beads though that were now see these are bigger. 6s are bigger. So they're a little bit smaller. But they're certainly not 11s. These here might be 11s. But that's a pretty combo. Very fallish. Then I got 2 more left. This one's a pretty pastels color. It twisted really nicely. I got all these ends glued so that they stay together nicely. And then I made a really tiny dainty one with just a 3 strand. Someone had a dainty arm that just really wanted something simple. So we'll put those in. They can be Christmas ideas along with the new earrings that I got. Okay. So the project for today is this is the necklace that I got at a Goodwill. And I've always loved it. So I wear it all the time. And I thought I'm going to make a few of these to, put in my shop because these are just really, I just think these call for the time right now. They're really cute. It's really plain, simple, but very elegant. What do you think? And not very hard to make. I could put a kit to these together easily if someone wanted a kit, or I could just custom make one for them if they wanted to. And I could make these either in sterling or, um, just nice metal. So what we would do first is we would get us some soft flex. And I'm just going to use this as a measurement and do, because I like the size of this. The size of this is, and I'm going to put quite a bit of extra at the end to work with. Soft flex, whoever came up with soft flex, it was a great idea. It's very strong beading wire. So I wear this one in the shower a lot, and I probably should restring it. I see it's on a pretty thin string, but it's very strong. Look, it's test strength for 26 pounds. I mean, like we don't pull on our necklaces like that. And it's made of stainless steel nylon coated. And it says not tying I don't think you could tie it. Anyway, I wanted to try something new today because I got these little ends. And I think I could use these. It's just a closure. They're nice. They're vintage, but they work. What I like about them is you twist them shut And they're a pretty secure connection. So why not see if I can use these? What I thought I would do is I would go ahead and crimp an end, crimp it right on the end. Make sure I'm in the screen, yeah. Crimp, and then turn it the other direction, fold it. Now, it may be too big, but I thought I'd give it a go. So let's see if we can actually use this in here. Oh, darn, I forgot to put it on. That's funny. Well, I can just go on the other side, right? Or can I? Nope, can't do that either. I just wasted that crimp, but that's okay. That is how we learn. So we got to put this on first, right? Right? I got to put this on first. Am I thinking of this right? No, it's got to go this way. I got to put that on. Then I crimp it. We're going to learn this together. And then I put it in right there. So it folds it nice and flat. Then I turn it sideways, put it in the other side. Second hole there and flatten it. Let's see if it holds it. The key is going to be can we close it? That's what we have to try and see. And we can. Look at that. Very nice. I think that's wonderful. So I'm going to cut that little end off. I just left it on there to leave it on there. Make sure I'm just going to smash this to make sure it's on there good. Because eventually that's not going to come out when we have it all snug with all the beads. So hopefully we have success on the other end. If we don't, we'll make sure we leave some. If we don't, what we'll do is we'll just have to restring it. So this one here has about, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 of these type beads. Now these here, I'm pretty sure they're sterling and they're a little duller. And I am going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24. Okay. What I'm going to do is I am going to buff them a little bit when we get them on there. See if we can get a little shine out of them. So I don't see my friends Tina and Maureen on. And I think today I sent them an invite and I was wondering if that would allow them to come on with me. So if Tina or Maureen come on, we'll see if we can add them. They can say hello, give their little jewelry input. The more the merrier. So while I put these on, one of the things that I've been thinking of is, what are my options here? And I got lots of options. So I have this bead and this bead and this bead that I could use for, let me put this in the camera so you can see it. I got these 3 beads I could use as my center. I could use this if I wanted to, something long in the middle instead. Could use that. I like that. I'm not in love with it. I like it. The other thing I thought I could use is I could put a pearl if I wanted. And I got white ones and I got these pretty gray with a little bit of color in them. They're petite. Now this is a petite piece, so There are things you can be thinking on. I pulled out a bunch of little different types of beads that I liked. Like I like these, and I like, I got regular rounds, and then I got these bicones. And look at these cute, cool tubes. I could use tubes. So I have too many options, honestly. But let me get these on. And it looks like that's the smaller bead up there on that one. So what's the weather where you're at today? Today's like a nice rainy, cool. The clouds were real beautiful when I went out there and took the dog out. It looked like it was going to rain. I didn't look on the forecast, but it might be that it's going to rain. Oh, look, Tina's here. I'm here. I didn't see your invite though. Well, what I wonder is because I invited you. Oops, that one doesn't want to go on. Because I invited you, my faithful follower, Tina Lutz. Tina Lutz. Um, what I wonder now is because I invited you, it said sent to, well, it says invite to watch. I wonder if I can add you. Let's just give it a go. Now, the camera today, Tina, if you didn't hear, is vertical, so you don't have to try to turn it sideways, because that always seemed to be like an issue before. It wouldn't let me do it sideways today for some reason. Maybe they did away with sideways. I like sideways because when you go to look at the video, when they save it, you see more surface. You see it now. This one here, it's not bad today the way I'm doing it. So I got 24 or so on there. I should make sure I do the same on the other side. 2, 4. Well, we'll count those later. I don't really want to count those now, but let me pull this out and kind of mirror what I did here. I can just measure it, right? Because I do have a different clasp on the end. So, yeah, I went a little bit further because, see, I have a different clasp on the end. So I'm going to take 2 off. And I'm going to add, I actually think I like this bead right here. And I think I'm going to undo something to use these beads because I think I like this bead a lot. So I'm going to add, see, they have a little teeny bead, a medium sized bead. Can you see that? They have a small bead, a medium bead. So they actually have 4 beads there. So let's duplicate that. I'm going to put a small one. And then I'm going to use, is that the same as that? It is. I'm going to put this one. Now this is metal. This is vintage metal that I've accumulated. Oops, I forgot the big one. So I got to put small bead, big bead, focal, like a mini focal, big bead, small bead. Let's see what that looks like. Yes. See, that's kind of what they have there. This is the one we're making right here. Then we're going to put on, now I am going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Because this is going to be important that it's even on both sides. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I always have to double check myself. Better to be safer on this side of the count than to have to, you know, Pull it apart. And you know what? If I have to pull it apart, guess what? I pull it apart. I do. I think I'm going to take the end of this wire and put a little bit of angle on it. You can see I need some better clippers. My clippers are starting to not want to clip. Where are my other ones? I'm going to put an angle on that. Wow, see, I told you that stuff is tough. Now all it did was fray it, and that's not really what I wanted. How am I going to get a nice, clean cut on there? Let's see if this will do it. I found these little, yeah, that's not going to do it. I found these little clippers. Just making it worse, it looks like. Hmm. I found these little fishing, look at that. It's just making it worse and worse and worse. I'm about ready to get my, there we go. About ready to get my scissors out. Okay, I think that it didn't quite do as I was hoping, but hopefully we can get it in there. See, it's going to cause me trouble. Okay, I'm going to get my scissors out and see if I can use my scissors. I found these clips, these little scissors. They're really, really nice. They're meant for like, fishing wire. They're probably in a project right now. That's why I don't know where they are. They're probably in a project can. The project they're like travel ones, so I always have my travel stuff. That's much better. That I snipped that end to make it so that it was, like part of it was angled to make these beads go on a lot easier. So it was worth the trouble. So I was on the internet. There's a bead retreat next September 2026 in Hagerstown, Maryland. Well, Hagerstown, Maryland is like right near my dad. I could stay with my dad, and it's right near where I grew up. So there's people I could go see. It's not as many people there as there used to be, but it would just be a lot of fun. And near Hagerstown, there's this. It's been around for like, I don't know, 100 years or something. I don't remember. But every town probably used to have them, and they make those hot dogs where they smother them in chili, and then they smother them in really small diced onions. I feel sorry for us to do the onion part. And, ketchup and mustard, and then the fries. Well, um, I don't know about you, but my mouth waters for there, and I have a friend near there, and every time I go home, we go up there and we try it out. My friend Sharon, and um, so now we're at this one. We're going to do the same thing. Well, here they only added a small bead, so we'll do a small bead, a bigger bead. Well, let's see if yeah, a small bead, bigger bead. Well, anyway, back to the hot dog. Well, I'm on Facebook and they show those dang hot dogs all the time. And, I'm like, I just want one of those hot dogs. So Hagerstown calls me partly to go see the hot dogs. I see Julie sending a smiley face. Are you laughing about the hot dogs in Hagerstown, Maryland? Oh, and you know what? The Joy, they will ship them. I asked her, but I mean, I know the gal there. We because Bill, when the story is, we had one in our hometown. Well, of course, it changed and it wasn't as good anymore. My mom would complain. You know, my mom was from where we were, like she grew up in the same town, and she was a taxi cab driver, believe it or not. So she knew everybody, and she would tell me, Wendy, I found the hot dogs again. I found them. They're in Hagerstown. You got to go. You got to go. Or they're not in Hagerstown. They're actually in Hanover, Pennsylvania. You got to go. You got to go. And I'd be like, okay, mom, whatever. Well, she passed away, and her husband and I spent a lot of time together. And he said, okay, you got to go try the hot dogs. So I went, and I was like, oh my God, mom was right. It's the hot dogs that we grew up on. Same flavor and um, gouged in onions. So I know the waitress there. We're friends on Facebook, and she loves dogs like I love dogs. And I always love seeing her. We always talk about Bill because Bill would go up there and get his hot dog. And anyway, um, I oh now look at this. It's interesting. Hold the hot dog story a minute. It's interesting that for some reason this look we're already down here. We're already past different size beads, different size these little tubes may be a little bit longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and take two of these off. I know it's a pain, but I don't, we could make a longer necklace, but this necklace is nice short. I'm just going to say it is nice short. And because I put this end on already, you know, golly, I hate taking it apart, but see, I've already passed where the focal goes, and that's just too far for the focal to be on there yet. So that's okay. We're going to pull these two out. That just helps us know what the other side needs to look like. We're going to put this on, this one on. Anyway, so I really want to go to the beach show to have a hot dog. Well, and crab cake too, That's always a give, going to get a crab cake when you go to Maryland and see my friends and see my dad if I would do it. But it's still a long time, and I don't like going to a beach show or retreat until I see the pictures or what they're doing. That's always the thing. That's always a thing for me. I'm like, if I'm going to spend all that money and time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I'm going to spend all that money and time, I want to see what it is that they'd like to do. So they'll probably have that on there shortly. I mean, they got a little bit of time. The sale price is on until April, so I have a good bit of time to see how things go. It'll be fun to see my dad. It'll be fun to go to. And I don't think that the beach store, the Potomac Beach store I could be wrong, but I don't think it's open anymore to the public. So I think they're going to let you actually go into the bead store. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so that would be nice, wouldn't it? To go into the actual bead store. I mean, bead stores are like a rarity anymore. Okay. So let's snug this up to the end to see how we are doing. And what I'm doing, you can't see it on camera, but I'm just making sure that the end is snug on the end with the clasp, and it's lined up with the other clasp to try to make it similar. And I'm going to take one of these off and then add the smaller one. And it looks like they only added small beads. I love metal stuff. Just to make a metal piece, it is really pretty. What's going to be hard and where I'm going to get stopped at is like, okay, What's going to be the focal, guys? Actually, I think what I'm going to do, so they added one tube, and then they added this, the focal. So I think what I'm going to do for the focal is I'm going to add a bead. I'm going to have to add a big bead. Now they added a small bead, a tube, and another one, which is cute. We could actually just add the bead like that if we wanted. I like that too. We wouldn't have to drape it like that. But I think for the first one, I'm gonna do just like the one that's in the picture. So I think I'm gonna add a little bead. Let's see what this looks like with this different bead. Oh, I like that. That's very pretty. And then a small bead on top of that one. And then it goes right there. Oh, I like that. What do you think of that? That's very pretty. Getting used to the camera like this I wonder what it's like on your eyes. I don't like to make people dizzy. So all we have to do here with this one is make a shepherd's hook. We make these all the time, don't we? We need to shorten that. Got it on there. Then we bend it, and then we turn it, and just shore it up. And that is what goes right here. Well, I think I would like the shepherd hook to be a little bit snugger. It has a little bit of movement in there. See that movement? So I think I'm gonna just snug it up some more to make it so it's nice and tight. So there's not much movement in there. See, that's a little snugger. What's interesting is this this bead has a wide diameter on it, and so I'm having a little bit of the bead is falling down in there. I should have put a big bead on there. Don't watch me do this. Don't do this. Don't do what I'm about to do. But what I'm going to do is take that bead off. Maybe, maybe not. So if I can flatten this out. Whoopsie, my lamp's falling on me. If I can flatten this out a little bit. If not, I'm just going to get me another wire and do it again. Let's see if I can flatten it a little bit. Yeah, it's not budging. So I want to redo this so that we don't have that movement in there. What would have stopped it from happening is if I'd have put a bigger bead, but I put a small bead and it gave it too much movement. I'll show you what I mean. I put the big bead on the bottom, and then when I put that in there, it's going to help it stay better. I'd put a little bead on the top, and it was moving in and out of the actual bead, but to eliminate that, if I just stick that on there, I don't have that trouble. It'll be I'll be happier with it. Whoops, I didn't want that one. Where is the here it is, the bicone. Put the bicone on top. Now see, it does make it look a little different with that, but I like it a lot. I like it. I think I'm fine. Wonder what it would look like with a smaller one on top. Is that too long? See if we like it. Is that too long? It's a little longer. It's going to be longer than that one. It's not going to be as dainty looking. I think I'm going to just take those out and leave it like that. Actually, they had a tube on it, so let's add a tube and maybe a small bead. Let's see what that looks like. Mm, I don't know. What do you think? I think I like shorter better. I'm going to take the tube out. If the tube is falling down between that and there anyway, I'm just going to leave it like that. Whoops, the whole thing just dropped out of there. Whoopsie, whoopsie. We'll fix that. We'll show that. So I don't know if it was yesterday. I think it was the day before I went. Our neighbor offered pears off their pear tree. So I have a gob of pears upstairs sitting and me impatiently watching them try to turn so I can make me some pear butter. I want some pear butter. I don't know if they're going to turn. They're like really hard. Zane's mom had a tree and they all seem to turn exactly the same time. Someone had gotten there before I did, and he said, the guy who had the tree said that they'd already picked a whole bunch of them. So he was so nice. He pulled his tractor out, he tied a big string to it, and he tried to now where's my place? I'm talking, I'm losing my place. He tried to he tried to shake it for me so that some more pears would fall down. I was like, well, that experiment didn't work, did it? At least, I mean, he tried. I thought it was sweet. And then he must have felt bad because I was only getting like the bruised ones on the ground. So he started he's got like this picker and he started picking them for me off the top. So has anybody ever made pear butter? I love it's really a lot like apple butter, but my counter is like full of them. And I'm like you know, watching a clock waiting for them to change. Okay, so they had a small, like, so we went and we did, let's pull this out of the way. They had this one, and I did a small one in a tube, and then a small one, and then a large bead. Then they put this one. Now we're just going to mirror what is on the other side. Yeah, now we're getting there. Look at that. Yay. I like it. I like it. I like it. Now I believe the tubes are sterling, but the rest of it's just metal. It's nice metal, but I think I wouldn't mind making a few of these sterling. Wouldn't that be fun to just make them all sterling? Anyway, so now we just gonna, let's see how long, let's see. I want to take the measurement. I don't want to get done and then wish I had done it different. No, I think I'm right on size because this is cute small, like short up to your neck. It really is. I really wanted to use these tubes, and I guess I could have used them there. What do you think? I could take that out and add those there. They're just cute, aren't they? Let's do that. Let's see if we like that. We can always change it out. Just add this tube. I have a zillion of these little things. So it's that tube. And then what we'll do is we'll just put a big bead and then a small bead. And then we'll put the focal. Let's see what you think of that. Oh, I like that. I like that. So let's just mirror what we did there. And then we got our project done. We can put it on. Small bead, large bead. Wooden bracelets be cute too, like this, with this style. And then we'll put this 2 bead on. And then what? And then what do we got? Then we got that smaller bead. This one doesn't want to go through. Let's try the other end. It looks like it's gotten sopped up with metal. It's got metal melted in there when they. It looks like when they made it. I got more of those. I've got to find out which container they're in. Here we go. There we go. Tube, and then the small barrel bead. Isn't that pretty? That's very pretty. Then we had a small bead. And then this is where I have to really make sure I count right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. 2, 4, 6. Now this bracelet will scream. Let's see what we are on time. Oh, we're almost done. So I'm not really I like to make jewelry, and actually I really believe had the cost of silver not gone up, I'd be making mostly silver jewelry. Um, but the price of it's gone up. So, and I don't mind learning to do these kind of things here. I mean, I really enjoy it, but I really do love, 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 love the silver. But, I don't really love the cost of how the silver is right now, and that's okay. Um, so the bead show in Hagerstown doesn't excite me totally because I do stitching. I just listed a pair of earrings that I did stitch, and they're beautiful. I loved the pattern. The pattern is what called me. And as to why I did it, 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's what called me was the pattern in this, and it was just beautiful. And so let me get these 10 out of here. So I just do 10, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Um, so I'll do it, but it's more like for relaxation. So I'd have to really, really like the projects that they pick to go. Because I'm telling you, they're not one-nighters. Unless you go back to your hotel and work on it the rest of the night, you don't get those beading type ones done. And. So Tina, did it let you come on? And I tried to get you to come on. I added you. It says send request. See if you can come on. Talk if you're paying attention. She might be playing with her puppy. Oh my gosh, there you are, girlfriend. You actually can see you. Are
Yeah.
you laughing?
I would only do this for you.
Oh, you're so sweet. I have such a huge following. So many people are going to see it. It's
Yeah,
just going to
well,
be.
I never do this.
So give me your 2 cents on the project. We'd like to
Oh,
hear
I
your
love it.
input. I know,
It's
but like,
very
what are
delicate.
your ideas?
I love what you did. It's like a Bali necklace.
Yeah, it is like a Bali necklace. That's a good
Yep.
way to put it. That's what I can
Yep.
nickname it, Bali.
Very
Um,
pretty.
wouldn't it be pretty in all silver?
It's where your two beads are those sterling?
I think they are. So when I get
Wow.
done, I think I'm gonna you know, take them with the thing to see if they get cleaned off. But I think this whole thing is the one that I have is sterling, and these are twisted beads. I did find some twisted beads, but I have bought them, but I have no idea where those twisted beads are.
Mm.
So isn't that cool? You can come on.
Well, I
Hmm.
did try
Do
it the
you?
first time when you told me, but
Uh-huh.
then it wanted me to go in my settings and my
Mm-hmm.
microphone wasn't on, so it didn't work the first time. And
Mm-hmm.
then when you did it this time, because I turned the microphone on, then it worked.
Well, what's nice is now that we've done it, and if there's something you really like, you want to give your tip, you can just hit the button probably and ask me to bring you on, and then you can give your 2 cents. That's what I like about it. So anyway, I really like this piece, but because I so like sterling. I'm like I want that
I know,
ball
I know.
right there to be sterling. Do you have enough Bali to make your own?
No, I don't. I don't. No, I just have.
I mean, you only need one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 pieces. You know,
Yeah, yeah. No,
that's
the only
all.
sterling I have is what I just. Well, I have some, but not your slider little skinny beads. I don't think I have
Hmm.
any of those.
Well, what I did with those is, I'll show you where. Here it is. Like I had all these necklaces that are I just am tearing them apart and remaking them.
Nice.
Because I don't think anybody, I could try to put a few of these on. Like that is a sterling shell right there. Isn't that cool? I could
Yeah,
clean
that's
that up.
cool. That's
That,
very cool.
that it's weighty. It's pretty on there.
Yeah.
But these really aren't in style. And actually, let me see if I can shine this up. I'm pretty sure these are sterling.
Oh, I bet they are.
Only
Yeah.
because everything else was. This is the
Yep.
stuff from the 80s. And
Yep.
so,
Can you
yeah.
imagine what the price was in the 80s?
Hey,
Oh,
tell me what
geez.
was it? What was it? What do you
I don't
think?
know, like pennies. We'd have to
Yeah,
Google it.
like $5 for this necklace,
Yeah.
350 for the necklace or something.
Yeah, now
See,
it's 50, 60, or maybe even $100. I don't
see,
know.
it's coming clean. I mean, it's hard to do
Beautiful.
because it's just a tube, but
Yeah,
you know,
beautiful.
that's really well. Thanks for coming on, honey. I
All
appreciate
right.
it. Any
I'm
other
gonna
thoughts? Any other
I don't know how
design
to get
thoughts?
off.
I can
Now
hit the
you got
remove.
me on. I don't know
I
how to get off.
I have an X right here that says remove. I'm removing you.
Okay, remove me.
Thanks for
Thank
coming on.
you.
Bye now.
I'll keep watching you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Says remove, but you don't leave.
Oh, I got an X. I'll try the X.
Okay, thanks.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
lead broadcast. Okay.
Oh, that was fun to have her come on. I like that. So anybody can come on and say hi if they have I mean, some of the people like last week we had 4 people on here, and I was like, all 4 of those people could have their own live. They're just that caliber of jewelry making, and so I've been inviting people to come, and telling them about it. Um, that I've run into. I got to meet and buy some jewelry this past weekend from someone. And I came on FaceTime and showed Tina my haul. And I have to say, I got a lot of gemstones for a really good price. And you'll be seeing those as we make things. So now we're almost done. I don't like to run into my friend's time that comes on. But let me count how many is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I ended up using 22. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, we're good. 22. So you bead these with me, see these with me, and that was fun to have somebody come on. I'm telling you. I think she's going to the Hagerstown um, retreat. I'm not. She's mentioned it. I don't know if she signed up yet, but um, we have till April to get the good pricing. They give you $100 off, and really, it is a lot of fun to be with people who like doing it. But you know what? I am so task oriented, because it is seed beating. I'll have my head to my table most of the time because I want to get it done. Like right now, I don't like to like leave a project unfinished and then move on. Now, I did it the other day when we did our live. It wasn't easy, but I did it and then went back and finished it later. Now it was a big project, so there was no way I could do it online. And I don't want our time to be so long that it hinders people from listening. So anyway, so if anybody really wanted a like a bunch of these little tubes, I would be willing to put those on there to make a kit or to send them to help someone make a kit of these. I think that you could go online and easily, like Etsy, and find the components. I will tell you though, it's getting harder and harder to find the Bali type. Um, Tina, type in the name of the other brand. Is it Tribes Hill? Tribes Hill. You could look those up on. I think that's what it is. Confirm that for me, Tina. That's what that is. So we got that together, girlfriends. Look at that. We got it. Now look, it's nice and even. Steven. I like that. It's very pretty. It's interesting. The younger people, this is more of the style that they like, something dainty and maybe not even hanging off, but just even sticking a small bead in there and no bead at all. And that's kind of what they like. See, we could have added that. I thought it would be pretty with just a white pearl in there as well. Um, in my younger days, I'd have probably sat here all day and just made every variety I could think of. But I'm not going to do that today. So remember back to my experiment of doing this. I have to think of how I'm going to do this. How am I going to do the other end knotted when it's going to have a little bit of gap and we're not going to be able to help that, are we? That's just how it's going to be. Because there's no way, there's no way to get this little tube down there inside. I'm going to have to smash it right there at the end. Hill Tribe, Tina told me, reminded me that let me make sure this is nice and snug. It'll go as far as it'll go into the other end. And I'm going to crimp this right here. I just did it snug right up against that tube. And then I go into the second hole here and I gonna flatten it now. Make sure it's nice and flat. And hopefully, like the other side, it'll go inside the tube. And we're not having the same luck. That's a shame. So let me work on it a little bit. Well, that is interesting because the other side did really well. This side's not doing as easily as the other. That's a shame. Well, I'm going to work it a little bit, keep working it, making it more round if I can. And I'm going to have to sign off here in a minute because I don't want to run into other people's lives. And it was very nice to have a guest today. I hope Maureen was on here to see her friend and that we finally got a guest to come on because we've been trying to get both of them to come on. Now, isn't that interesting? I did the other side and I was able to get it to go in there, and it's in there nice and snug right now. I mean, it's in there. And this one doesn't want to go in, like it's too big. Well, hey, there's Maureen. Hey, gal. We were able to actually get Tina on the call today, and when you do it, it does bring your picture up. Just FYI, um, because I didn't know if it would just bring your voice or we're trying to get right now. I'm trying to get this really crimped like nobody's business, so that I can get it to go inside this tube. And it's not having it. It's just not having it. The only other thing I can do, let's see, and this is risky, is try to cut some of it away. But, doing that, it's possible that I get this string, and I think we've got it. I'm going to make sure it's snug on there, and there it goes through. Now, the downside of this is that we have a little bit of space here, and there's not really much we can do about that. So I think that's a good fit. I'm going to cut this string, flexi, and then I'm going to close it up right here. This is a vintage clasp. It's one of those that you put on and you twist it. They're pretty snug. They hold really well. And the downside was it was made with string when I pulled it apart to what it was. So look, I can kind of even it out on both sides a little bit. It was made with string and they knotted it. So if you used Ceylon, you could knot it and you could use Ceylon instead of the wire that I used. And then here's the piece. And here's the piece that I modeled it off of. It's my Goodwill find. So what do you think? Nice. Well, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. I hope I inspired you today. We'll talk with you later. Bye now. Put